What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about defending trips formations, in particular trips tight end flex out of the Lions playbook, which is extremely meta and popular. A lot of players struggle with trips in general. We're going to be talking about match coverage. Now, one of the things I constantly get as feedback from people, whether it's here on YouTube channel or on my tip site, gridirongameplans.gg, is that they struggle understanding which match coverage they should be using against trips. So today, we're gonna be breaking down the recommended coverage that you should use versus the types of trips offenses based off of whether your opponent is flooding the sideline on the trip side or going straight vertical or crossing the field from their trip side. We're gonna go through everything you need to know so you can utilize the best type of match based off of the type of offense your opponent is running. So make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the channel, hit that notification bell, get out your notepad, let's go. So we're gonna start off here with trips tight end verticals. This is one of the most commonly run plays out of trips every single year. And if you don't know which type of match coverage, cover 4 quarters or cover 4 palms, defends this better, you can give up touchdowns very, very easily. So right here, we're going to start off with a cover 4 palms defense. A lot of players have heard the adage that palms is better against trips tight end, but as I've already mentioned, there's strengths and weaknesses to both quarters and palms in general. Namely that when you play palms against trips, the outside corner is going to be basically locked in man-to-man on the outside receiver no matter what. If they run a smoke, if they run a drag, if they run a whip or a slant, Talib is going to man up that outside corner, even though he is in a deep outside quarter. This is what is called special check, okay? The special check is basically man lock on the outside no matter what. Now, inside in the slot, our slot DB in this quarter flat roll is responsible for the middle receiver if that receiver goes vertical. And then, of course, if it breaks to the outside to the corner or breaks over the middle on a dig or a post, he's in match coverage. So this is a player that ends up being one-on-one with the middle receiver because the safety is responsible for the inside-most receiver if they go vertical. So basically, when you're talking about the verticals defense, this leads to the most common complaint about match coverage against trips is that the middle receiver basically lobs or bombs the coverage from time to time. Now, right here in this example, Barber did a good job. I think Waddle's 1 speed faster than Barber here in this particular comparison, but this from time to time can be something where, you're ending up getting, beat. So a lot of times you'll see right here, it just, the right type of throw down the middle of the field in stride. This could be over the top with the correct pass lead. And a lot of players get really, really frustrated. Again, palms has its strengths, but the weaknesses are when people run verticals. Because if you have all go, you don't have safety help on the trip side of the field. So you see right here that while we basically were able to play man-to-man with basically the safety in the 2 corners, basically these 3 players that I'm kind of zoomed in on with the exception that linebacker in the bottom right corner is not involved. Those 3 players are basically in man-to-man. But there's a difference in how this coverage behaves compared to true quarters. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna audible into quarters and we're gonna explain the differences. So with quarters, you end up with the quarter flat defender that in the previous example played the middle receiver all the way down the field. He actually is going to jam the middle receiver and play the flat role. Our outside DB right here, Aqib Talib, rather than being man no matter what on the outside receiver, is now man only if that receiver goes vertical. So if the outside receiver runs a drag, a whip, a smoke, a slant, Talib is not gonna match it. If he runs a deep out route, a streak, a post, whatever, as long as it goes vertical, Talib will match it. And then our safety. Our safety is going to play the second receiver. So we have our underneath corner, Barber, getting a jam on that middle receiver. The safety will then take him the rest of the way. And you're probably saying, okay, well, what happens with the middle receiver? Well, this is where quarters is gonna be a little bit better because you're gonna get one of the 2 deep zones on the other side of the field cheating across that side of the field to help guard that crossing route. So in the context of verticals, you will see that the jam on the middle receiver occurs, match on B from the backside, Y is not wide open for a lob touchdown, and we get ourselves a coverage sack by calling the correct style of match. So a lot of times people say, oh, well, that middle receiver is a lob. Match sucks against trips. Well, certain matches suck against trips, but certain matches are absolutely lockdown depending on what you're calling. So you see right here, look at how this is matched. You have outside DB on the far left being matched by on that outside receiver. In the middle, this quarter flat jams, shoves him, and basically he can't get into his route, and the safety is picking him up. And then the inside receiver crossing the field runs into the safety who picks him up, and the tight end corner is matched. Now, there is a small thing that you need to know about running quarters against trips tight end. So another popular concept that players will do when they run verticals is they will block their running back and they will just drag the tight end. Within match coverage against trips tight end, there is a different rule set for the way that the safety and the outside corner will play against this type of route combo. Namely, instead of Joseph matching that crossing route that came in the previous example, I'll go back and I'll show you right here. You see in this example, when everybody released vertical, Joseph was able to take that receiver, number 17 in black. You see that the safety takes him. Let's watch what occurs now with the tight end. So I'm going to click off Joseph here. We run this tight end on this drag. Look at how Joseph matches, and now this ends up being matched slightly differently. So what we end up with here is a slight rule change where if the tight end goes underneath, you end up with this 3 receiver hook, basically walling off this player and matching it so that the defense can handle this a little bit better. So with the tight end going underneath, you actually end up with this quarter flat kind of running down the field. You still have safety help over the top here. And then you have this outside corner looking for the crosser coming his way. So the further he gets into this progression, number 20 will then match this guy coming across the field. So if you're going to play quarters against this, one of the things that I would strongly suggest doing is walking your safety down into center field. So that way he can basically cut that drag faster. Now, in terms of your user, my recommendation on this is to basically play up here on Clark, because when they snap the ball, I can read this. Okay, I'm here, nothing's open. So using the correct player within your quarters defense is also very, very important. Now, if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys are not only subscribed right here as I drop free content on the channel Monday through Friday, but also make sure you guys check out gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is almost universally lauded as the godfather of Madden match coverage. I've been in match coverage for years, teaching this at the highest level to counter the metas or the most effective tactics available that you see online. I have rules within our match game plan on Gridiron Game Plans. And in addition to that match game plan, I've also added a completely new family of match coverages in our November vault. Go to the November 21st vault update, and you guys will learn an entirely new coverage that I've never broken down before in my life that I am running on the website and clamping down against the most commonly run offenses. I will show you guys how to lock it down, and then you'll be able to choose whatever formation you want and blitz in front of it to not only have great back-end coverage, but also make sure that you're getting pressure on the quarterback. You guys unlock everything on the website. That's our weekly updated vault, all offensive and defensive game plans, and members-only Discord access where we have lab sessions every single week at no additional cost to you. You guys can unlock everything for $9.95 a month, and if you guys want to bundle college football as well, just add an additional $5 and you get an entirely different game with its own set of tips as well. So if you guys play both games, there's no better deal in the tip space. Hopefully I'll see you guys over on the website. Otherwise, let's get back into the video. So I just kind of shared with you how the safety will deal with the tight end drag within quarters. I also mentioned how I like to user the trip side inside quarter for the purpose of playing quarters coverage, because in a lot of cases, it's as simple as I know that if the middle receiver goes vertical, it ends up being mine, but I can see out of my periphery what the tight end is doing. If the tight end crosses underneath, then I know that the outside corner on the right is going to handle any crossing route from the third receiver. So I'm okay. I just have to kind of hedge my bet and just be in this area. And then of course you have the switch stick as well. But the other thing that you guys got to be careful with is that cover 6 also has matching rules for trips. In fact, cover 6 plays the exact same as palms. So to illustrate this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave X on a smoke route, and I'm just going to snap the ball like this. And you're going to see that once again, that middle receiver is basically one-on-one with the quarter flat. So for those of you that play cover 6, you need to understand that this plays palms on the trip side. So you once again will have that middle receiver potentially being a thorn in your side. So please make sure that you guys understand exactly what your rule set is for your match coverage. If you guys want an even better coverage against trips, again, make sure you guys go to gridirongameplans.gg, but I'm going to leave it right there for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, this is Zan. Get lab and good luck.